Hey guys, I'm going to show you my lens filter node today. You can use it to create a bokeh effect and also to create lens flares that automatically track with the footage. I'm going to start with a bokeh. So let's connect this node and we can see already we got some bokeh shapes on top of our footage. But it's on top, it's not defocusing the whole footage. So here's what you can do. First of all, you click Output Filter Only. It will show you just the output of that node. So with the tolerance, you can define how much of the footage is influenced by this effect. So with one tolerance, everything is affected. And as you see now, the whole footage is defocused. And with lower, we only affect the highlights. So by default, the node will take that output and plus it back on top of the original footage. So when I disable that, you see it's just put on top. So you can also boost the filter. If that's not bright enough for you, you can increase that and boost it. Now we come to the next part here, which is the filter type. So as you see, we have like a 7-cornered shape here right now. Here you can select it. So the first one is a cornered shape, and this one you can procedurally modify. So we have number of corners here, and as I change that, you see the corners change. You can go below 3, but it won't do much because that's just how that effect works. So you can build whatever you want. Also, you have in the drop down here a lot of other flares to choose from. To view them better, you can click that, show filter image. So now you're gonna see a preview of these filters here. So you can see already they're working quite nice and they're producing different styles of effects. So you can do more. You can modify these shapes here. So first of all, with a scale, you basically control the amount of defocusing. So with a scale, you basically scale up the filter shape, which is also kind of the strength of the effect. So this way you would get real defocus simulation here. You can rotate the shape. That's interesting when you use stuff like this. So you can rotate it and this will work nice. You can blur it. And also you can colorize it. So let's output the filter only and go down with the tolerance. So first of all, you would have to pull the saturation to 0, and then you can colorize it in any way you want. So let's just give it a yellowish tint, something like that. And then if you do that, you have to plus it back on top of your footage. So just plus it, and then you get some sort of lens flare effect already. Okay. What else we can do? We can build lens flares if we want. So I made an example for this. I have the moon here and I created that lens flare. So what I did here, let's view the filter shape. So you see these lines here and you can add them by breaking up the shape here. You can also invert the breakup, and here you can control how much breakup there is. And with that you get a more interesting effect and you get these kind of streaks in here and get nice detail. Also what you can do, you can split out the scale here, and I scaled it in the x-axis a lot and not in the y, so you get this anamorphic streak effect, and I did the same with the blur. There's one more example I made. Wait a moment. So also it will preserve the B-box, so you can still scale down the whole footage and all the information here will be there, and also the outside pixels are also affected by this effect. You can also connect your custom shape if you want. So let's show this here. So let's make a roto and draw the best thing I've ever drawn. So I have this roto, and once I connect it, the node will automatically switch to that filter thingy. So you have to disconnect it to go back to the default built-in ones. And you see that's working quite nicely and looks very weird. So I made another example on a real plate. So I have this motorcycle driver driving by, and I wanted to have an anamorphic flare. So it's basically just what I showed. So I made the tolerance to just affect the light, and then I plus it back on top of the footage. And as he drives by, this light is already tracked. I don't need to track it, it's just tracking by itself. The only thing you might have to do here is to create a mask input, because if I don't, you see these lights are also creating an effect here, which I don't want. So I made a tracked roto, which moves with the motorcycle, and then fed it in the mask input here. And this way it's only affecting the motorcycle bike. Another thing I did here, I made a second one, which is basically the flare again, but I modified it to look more weird and colorized it, and then I mirrored it. So when I plus it on top, you see we have like a lens flare going on that moves opposite to the motorcycle driver. And also in that lens flare, just to make it a little more interesting, I blurred it a lot so you're not going to see it. And you can see there's streaking going on here. And this is also created with a breakup shape, which you can see here. Yes, that's the node. I hope that's helpful. Have a nice day.